It's time to get your quick fix with the remix. I'm Remixus, and I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. As we end May 2022, we've been left waiting and wondering what's going on with Ember's development. We have reached somewhat of a new chapter, though without much content to show off. Last video, I told you guys to keep an eye out for March 10th. Well, March came and left, as did April. Now we're nearly done with May, and it has the community wondering what is going on. It's been hard for me to be excited without content dropping. I feel like it's time to address a few complaints we're having while still being fair to the development. So let's get started. First, the team is expanding. We have a new developer signed on to the project. This is significant as we got to see some of his work in Unreal 4. Mark Caratala created a showcase of a world he built, and well, it looks like Ember. I don't want to play the whole video because I don't feel it's transformative enough, so I'll just play a few moments and have it linked for you all to check out. Mark, with a C, seems very talented, and I look forward to seeing the world he will create. Other than that though, there really hasn't been new news, which has a lot of people upset or worried about the progress. By around this time last year, we had already had a bunch of new updates to the game. We saw the development accelerating forward, we saw a game being made, and then Christmas came, and now we have nothing to show off. During the most recent Chief Chats in the beginning of May, we learned of a new funding system that is supposed to get us closer towards the Kickstarter. This has the fans as well as myself concerned, especially as we have no sort of a roadmap, goal, or deadline in order to reach the Kickstarter. Our funding, as I understand, was to create the vertical slice of the game that we could use to sell the Kickstarter project. We were hoping for it about 6 months ago, but at this point we simply have the word soon. So now we have another funding request being pushed without a proper explanation as to why that is. This is what people worry about with projects that don't have corporate overlords. Recently, a lot of discussion was going on in videos about the delay of Starfield and Redfall. While there's plenty of people who get upset about delays, you are far more likely to have harsher consequences if your game does poorly on launch, rather than have a later release date. Also to the developers, remember, no matter how much you work on a game, it will never be complete. Look at the mods and content releases for things like Terraria, City Skylines, Skyrim, or the Witcher games. Again, I do want to be fair. The developers have had a rough few months. Creative block, position acquisition, and personal issues have slowed things down. However, the holidays most people take off for are past, and we are moving into summer months when families, especially in Europe, tend to go on holiday. To my American viewers, holiday is essentially a 2 to 3 week summer vacation shared by families and not just children who have off from school. Now, I'm not a game developer. I don't know what it takes to design and create a game that people want to play. However, speaking as a project manager, I do have experience with setting deadlines and working to meet or exceed those deadlines. If I cannot meet a deadline, my bosses are perfectly fine explaining why we are not on track. It might be manning shortages, material availability, or a task taking longer than anticipated due to skill or other setbacks. However, I am chastised if I don't lead my people properly or misuse company time. I need to also set realistic expectations for when the project will be completed. Now, this won't apply to every job, but for the most part, we always have time to do the task twice. Instead, take the extra time needed to do the task right the first time. This is true for construction, maintenance, and many medical operations, and especially game development. Game development, however, is messy and complicated. Setting smaller deadlines along with a rough estimate for when you want your game to come out builds an internal pressure on your team. It allows you to expedite progress and create a sense of urgency. There will always be fans who get upset. However, providing a plan of attack allows people to look back and see what promises you have delivered on and what you're working towards. Finally, I want to remind everyone that I'm still hopeful for this game. I want it to be successful and I want to be able to sell it to my friends. This game brings back fond memories, and I look forward to fighting the monsters on Copa, or mining in the hills of Cerato. I just hope this video encourages the devs to be more open and continue progress on the game, instead of relying solely on skins and other cosmetics. Graphics can help sell the game, but gameplay is the #1 selling point. Also, more content would be awesome so I can continue to sell your game! Anyways, that about wraps it up. I'm close to hitting 200 subscribers, so if you like what I'm doing, leave me a comment and subscribe for when I'm able to release more Ember content. As always, keep it real and keep it on Remix.